Good evening, everyone. Guess what? I'm back.
Aldo!
I'm back. And you will get Mr. Pixie hiding behind the sofa.
What was that? Somebody else tried that.
Yeah.
I got act.
So, yes. It says one waiting. Anyway, I'm back. Not 100%, but I'm a lot better than I were last week. So, so yes. So, there's only you here.
Hello, me.
Oh, pardon me. Excuse me.
Might be a while before some people come in.
And that's it. So, it's gone up to 4. Hello to the 4.
Boom.
So, as I was just about to say, hey, hi, Azy. How rude? What? Oh, that you hiding behind the sofa? Oh. Yeah, well, he only comes out when I let him out, Azy. If that makes any sense. The babe, sorry. I just finished my coffee, so I do apologise. So, and you know, as my mother always used to say, better out than in.
I'm typing that.
Or in Chapel, let it rattle, as the saying goes. So, so yes, I do apologise. But hey ho. I do hope Kate's all right, because I saw the notice, the post on Facebook about her being at A&E. So I do hope she's all right.
Uh-oh.
That depends on what's in. Oh, in my coffee, you mean?
Wakey is in, he's just said no.
Fine. Minus the blue wrench for Wakey then.
Buddy!
Yeah. There goes Wakey's blue wrench. I'm sure you have, Wakey, because, you know, a week without me, I mean, let's face it. Oh, she's got to stay in, has she? Well, send her my love, AZ, and I hope she gets better soon. You know, I do know what it's like to be ill. I was really, really ill last week. See, it's creeping now. Of course we did. I know what it's like to be ill, and I was really ill last week. I mean, Chris will tell you, and it's not like me. I was walking around like a zombie. I was getting up out of bed. I was having a couple of hours downstairs, and then I was going back to bed. It just knocked me sideways. So, pardon?
Not frontwards.
No, not frontwards, backwards. It knocked me sideways. You know what I mean? I have had shingles before, but never as bad as I had them. Well, I've still actually got them, but I feel a lot better in myself, if you can understand that. Never had shingles. Well, touching wood, fingers crossed, Wakey, that you never get them. The doctor gave me some tablets, and they were antiviral tablets. They can't really treat them with anything. These antiviral tablets are basically to stop the shingles spreading. Now, hiya, Scottish Gamer, how are you? But you see, the thing is, this is the thing, Wakey. When Chris was a kid, everybody in his class, except for him and another lad, didn't get chicken pox. And I've had shingles. This is probably about, I don't know, about 3 or 4 times I've had shingles. And it's never ever got them. So basically, the doctor's saying that he must be immune to the chickenpox virus. So, so did you go somewhere? No. And you noticed I've not been live, Karate. I've had the shingles. I mean, look at the description. A lot of people know that I've had shingles. Well, I've still got shingles, but I've not got them as bad as what I had last week. Tell you, I did nothing. I did no baking. I didn't do anything. I felt like a zombie practically all last week. It's probably a carrier like Typhoid Mary. So yeah, so I were, you know, I were really, really ill. You know, I mean, I'm still getting the pain in me because see, as you can recall, not last week, week before, I was getting this like pain in my back, all down my bum cheek, all down my left leg. Now that's where the shingles came, in my back, where my back hurting me.
I don't do baking, Karate. I do cooking.
So yeah, I didn't do any baking, nothing at all last week. It took me all my strength to get up out of bed. I mean, I don't think I got dressed all week, did I?
No.
Because it weren't worth it. I'd come down here, I'd have a couple of hours, and then I'd be completely zonked out, and I'd go to bed, go back to bed. Terrible, terrible. Hi, Thomas, how are you?
No, lad, I was no flat.
No, touch wood, Thomas. I'm not 100%. My back still hurts me, but I was just saying, if anybody's ever had shingles, it knocked me for 6 last week. I were ill with it, if you know what I mean. I'm in a lot of pain. Yeah, some as I say, all the blisters. You see, we didn't notice these blisters until Saturday afternoon. Now, Joy had been with her daughter, and her daughter's got a little baby. Well, she's 2 in May, but a little one. And my back was killing me. And I said to Chris, I says, my back don't half feel sore. Yeah, it does attack the nervous system. Well, let me explain to you. Shingles is actually... Hi, Vanessa Kitty, how are you? I'm feeling a lot better, a lot more upbeat, I'm still in quite a bit of pain, but it's bearable, if you know what I mean. Shingles is actually the chickenpox virus. So once you've had chickenpox as a kid, it lays dormant in your body until you're that run down that your immune system can't fight it off, and that's when it rears its ugly head. So it's basically, I got tummy trouble like 3 weeks previous to that. I'm Judd, how are you? What? So like, not last week, not week before that, I had the tummy trouble. Then I was having the back trouble after that. And obviously, my immune system was that low that it just reared its ugly head. Ah, we've got Johnny in as well. So it's basically what with everything that were happening, my immune system was that low that I just got shingles. So anyway, didn't know that about shingles. I thought they were what you buy when you need to fix your roof. But anyway, so that's the story of shingles. If you've had chickenpox as a child and you get like really ill, or you get one thing after another, it's basically your immune system can't cope with it, and your immune system's that low, and that's hence the reason why I got shingles. So anyway, on the Saturday, when Pixie discovered the blisters on my back, I said to him, I know what it is. It's shingles because I've had them before. So my immediate thought was to ring, well, to message Joy. And I says, look, Joy, I says, I'm not 100%. I says, but I'm almost certain I've got shingles. I says, which everybody knows is a chickenpox virus. I says, now I'm messaging you to let you know because at Litlin, I says, so if she gets chickenpox, I'm terribly sorry because like a Litlin can get chickenpox from me having shingles, but you can't actually catch shingles if you get what I'm saying. Like somebody that's never had chickenpox, they can get chickenpox from me having shingles, if that makes any sense. What was Pixie doing on your back? Because it was that sore, Wakey. I said to him, just have a look. I says, it's really sore and it's really painful. So he looked and he says, yeah, he says, it's all blistered. Hiya, ASAP Fishing, how are you?
ASAP's in the house.
But you see, I mean, I just got the latest shingles vaccine. But you see, our doctors here in the UK will only give you the shingles vaccine when you're like in your 70s, 75, I think it is. So obviously I'm not old enough to have the shingles vaccine. So yeah, I did the right thing and I messaged Joy and I says, I'm almost certain I've got shingles. I says, I'm going to the doctor's tomorrow to confirm it. I says, but I just thought I'm doing the right thing, warning you that Little might get chickenpox. So basically, she says, thank you for letting me know. She says, and I says, well, if she does get chickenpox, I says, I'm very, very sorry in advance. I says, it wait till after you've gone. I says, my back were really hurting me. I says, and Chris looked and saw the blisters. So I says, it wait till actually after you've gone that we realised that I'd got them. So, she says, well, don't worry about it. So, but yeah, I mean, to anybody that's not had shingles, it is really, really painful. And especially with them being on my back. I did have a few like here, but they've sort of, not vanished. But if you'd have seen me last week. Oh, I'm just as on Wednesday on my day off, I go into college. I am doing work experience. Oh, hiya, Carla. How are you?
I don't Carla.
It's 3 hours work experience at Amjad though. But yeah, I mean, when I went to the doctors on the Monday and she says, yeah, it's shingles, she gave me these antiviral tablets. Now I'm not sure, but it seemed like every time I took one of them, they were knocking me out. So while we were there, I said to Chris, I says, get me some calamine lotion. Because this calamine lotion is supposed to dry the blisters out. So I noticed one. I got one on my leg. I got one on my face here. I got a couple on my head here. So it would pouring this calamine lotion on. I look like Casper the Ghost. So yeah. So
everybody wants to see my 14
so yeah, so I weren't in any position whatsoever. Did you go all William Wallace? What's William Wallace? Oh. So yeah, without the blue. But anyway, same as I say, I've got over the worst of it. Same as I say, I weren't no good to anybody last week. I either in bed or just down here. I'd come down and have something to eat, have a coffee, and then I'd sort of be, that were it. I says, I'm going to have to go back to bed. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to go back to bed. Same as I kept apologising to Chris. He kept saying, will you stop apologising? He says, you're ill. He says, and the best thing when you're ill, he says, is sleep. Don't drink it. But yeah, so some as I say, I kept apologising to Chris, and I said, I know, but I keep, I'm spending more time in bed than I am up. And he says, nah, he says, it's not very often you're ill. He says, but the best thing for it when you're ill. William Wallace from Braveheart. Oh, it means we all thing all on my face. I get him now. But yeah. So as I say, biggest majority of them were on my back. So but some as I say, I got one on my left leg. I've got a few like here on my forehead. I got one here on my face. So, I'm okay. I'm sort of. I can't say I'm fighting fit because I'm not, if you know what I mean. But I feel a lot better. I feel a lot more alert, a lot more lively. I've got to get my finger out. Oh, Gordon Bennett. He says, I've just got my ankle right and went over on it a bit again on sofa with foot up in the air. Oh, dear. And it sounds like everybody's in war. Did you know, Johnny, that Kate Hayes' missus is in hospital? They're keeping her in overnight. So I did see a post on Facebook, and I asked him if she were all right, and he says they're keeping her in. So it seems like, and then. Hiya, Paul. How are you?
Hello, Paul.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody's missed me, Paul. I feel a lot better than I did last week. I felt like, pardon the pun, I felt like death warmed up last week. Anybody that knows what shingles like knows what I'm talking about. It made me really, really ill last week. I seen on Facebook earlier. Oh, but and then to top it all off, and if it weren't bad enough, Callum's been sneezing all weekend, and he felt that ill this morning. He didn't go to college. Yeah. So as I say, anybody that's had shingles, Carla, knows what I'm talking about. It right. I can't really explain. It right did me in last week. And to top it all off, I've got 2 collabs that I'm doing this week, and they've got to be published by Friday, so I'm going to be really busy. So I says to Chris, it's a good job they published this week and not last week, otherwise the director pulled out. But as the trooper I am, I shall be, I think I'm doing them both tomorrow, filming. So, I'll have my bit. Then Chris has got to go mad with the editing, etc. Talk to him nicely. So, yes. And I've sort of actually said this to Chris and anybody that has messaged me and said, I hope you get better soon. I won't wish shingles on my worst enemy. Oh, you still need to get your Wi-Fi sorted up, do you? It's small steps, at least you're in your own place. Well, you see, same as I said, Wakey, at least I can sit down and do my baking. It's not all that strenuous. It's just the like putting it together, and Chris has got, I've got still got to do the green screen and everything. But you know, it's it's just putting it all together, really, if you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, some as I say, at least now, I can sort of sit comfortably. I mean, like, excuse me, I can't see through my glasses. Like last week, I was that uncomfortable. I weren't sleeping because obviously we am being in your back. You know what I mean? I was still getting the pain in my leg. I was getting the pain in my back. You know, and I think a lot of it was the fact that during night I weren't sleeping very well, and I weren't getting a deal of sleep. You know what I mean? I think that's what a lot of it was. I weren't getting a deal of sleep either, because as you can, you know, but you see, I find as well, Thomas, you know, when we moved in, well, we moved from Great Yarmouth to Nottinghamshire, and somebody I knew had got like a second-hand shop, and I just went and I says, I want a second-hand fridge freezer, I want a second-hand washing machine. What else did we have?
Second-hand everything, I think.
Wardrobes. And I think altogether, to kit it all out, it was about 300 quid. Yeah, they're all second-hand, but that washing machine lasted me about 5-6 years, didn't it? And that was second-hand when I bought it. Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, Wakey, same as I says to Chris, I'm just glad I went on my own. I know it sounds daft, but he was my rock last week. You know, when I was feeling sorry for myself, he's put calamine lotion on me. You know, I mean, you know, there's not a lot of husbands who do that for their wives. Let's just say, you know what I mean. But he understands because he knows I've had shingles before. But that's why husband it year. But you know what I mean? And I always say to him, because I know he's had a lot of problems with his arm and everything, and I says to him, you know, when you say your marriage vows, it's true what they say, in sickness, sin, in health, for richer, for poorer, till death do us part. Yeah, well, you see, this is it. Same as I say, like the washing machine that we got, I don't know whether we had it about 6 or 7 years, didn't we? So we had it quite a while, and it was second-hand when we bought it. Just miss the rich bitch bit out.
Rich bitch.
We've never been rich. What are you talking about?
I'm a rich bitch. I've got all of £2.60.
But yeah, I mean, keep an eye on Facebook Marketplace. I've got them drawers for free. Chris has got two computer chairs for nothing. It's sort of lucky you drop. You know, you can get some cheap things on there. You can get some free things on there. You know what I mean? It's worth keeping an eye on it. You know, same as I said, when we moved in here, we didn't have a table, and we went to British Art Foundation and we got a table and 4 chairs for 50 quid. Rich is just a concept. I haven't got any concept either. It's all right. My head's still itching. You see, I bought an hair dye to dye my hair, and I still haven't done that yet either. I don't think Bella will be about tonight because she's had a bit of a fibro flare and she fell down yesterday. So, you know, I've told her to rest up. She says, like, she got out of bed to go to the toilet and that were it, you know. So, I've been checking up on her, I messaged her, and she says she's right bruised up and everything. I says, well, promise me that, you know, if pain gets unbearable, you'll go and get it checked out at hospital. She says it's mostly like a rip, you know, and she's all bruised up and everything. So, excuse me.
All right, see you later, Amjad.
Okay then, Amjad, thank you for coming in, and I do appreciate you coming back to see me. No, it's just your normal brown, bright red. See you later, Amjad. Okay then, Thomas, I'll see you later, and thank you for coming in.
Yeah, Thomas.
So yeah, it's just your, you know, natural brown. It's nothing. Oh, he's editing. Oh, bright red would suit me. But you see, the thing is, yeah, I could go bright red, but it soon fades. I'd sooner sort of have one that's, you know, going to last me. I don't want to be sort of colouring it every 5 minutes. But when we went to doctors last Monday, because they've got a lift, you know, because our doctor's like on first floor, and the inside the lift, it's like a big mirror as you walk in. And now we're looking, and I says to Chris, I says, God, I says, look at grey hairs. I says, and I reckon I've still got a few more since all this has been occurring. I mean, you know, you can't see them now, but I mean, when you're sort of standing next to a full length mirror, and I thought, oh God, I'm going grey again. All my grey's coming through. But obviously, we being shingles and everything, I sort of, and I got these like few spots on my forehead and whatever. I thought, well, I don't want to, you know. Good job that it's not 4K. So yeah. I thought, well, I'll get a do-it-yourself kit, you know, and just sort of make myself feel a little bit more presentable and cover grey hairs up and everything. I'll have grey hair myself, and I'm a young 39. Oh dear. But you see, some people are prone to getting grey hair, you know, you know. Yes, please.
Oh, you've got to say.
What?
Read what it says.
I'm not saying hubby of the year.
No, you've just said it. Boom.
But anyway, so you know, it's some people do get grey hair at an early age.
Well, I know one of the kids at school, they were 15, they were bold as a badger.
They were bald at 15? Oh, right. Well, you see, this is the thing. It's like Pixie's lines recede. I mean, he's in his 40s, but his granddad was bald and his dad's bald. So obviously, you know, it's an obvious fact that Chris will probably be going bald, but it is receding, and each time I cut his hair, it gets less and less. So, you know, I mean, it is hereditary, like on their side of the family, for the men to go bald. So, so yeah, you know, and but the thing is as well, I mean, it's like my mum, by the time she were, well, before she were 50, she'd got a full set of dentures. But I'm sort of nearly 60, or, you know, a few years away from 60, and I've still got all my own teeth. Showing off. Just got the notification you are live.
Who's that?
So yeah, so, you know, I mean, I don't know whether I take off to my dad's side of family for that, but same as I say, my mum had got a full set of dentures and whatever by the time she was 50, and I'm sort of, you know, closer to 60, and I've still got my own teeth. So, you know, it's some things are hereditary and some things aren't. So, you know, I mean, it was like my mum was saying, Callum has got acne real bad. And Chris says that when he was younger, he had acne real bad, but I never had acne at all. So it's sort of, some things you take after your dad, some things you take after your mum, you know what I mean? It's, you know, it's some things are hereditary and some things aren't. So, yeah, so I'm going to be busy tomorrow. I'm hoping to get both the things baked for this collab that I'm doing, which gives Chris like 3-4 days to, you know, to do the green screen and to do the you know, the editing, etc. So you know, I'm just glad it weren't last week, you know, otherwise I'd have had to pulled out. I'm actually doing 2 collabs, and they're both being published on Friday. So as well as being live probably Friday night, I'll have 2 baking vlogs out as well. So, and they're both to do with Valentine's, you know, both to do with Valentine's Day. So, you know, they will be published Friday. So that'll be 2 baking vlogs and probably a live stream Friday. I'm making up for lost time, you see. We're not going live at all last week or publishing any baking vlogs. So, you know, making up for lost time, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, are you waiting for it to...
Microwave.
Yeah.
Bing.
Oh. So, so non-stop then. It will be this week. Some as I say, had it have been, you know, they'd have watched them publishing by this Friday, for last Friday, there'd have been no chance I'd have probably had to have pulled out. But it sort of gave me a little bit of leeway, and both baking collabs has been published on Friday, and it, you know, I ain't even baked them yet, but it does give me a bit of leeway. I'm going to bake them both tomorrow. I'm going to bake them both tomorrow, and that gives Chris sort of like a leeway to, you know, we've got to do the green screen and, you know, get them both edited. And because I'll be honest, I ain't got the faintest idea on editing. So I do the baking, I do the, you know, the manual part of it, and he just edits them for me. So, you know, But same as I said, once the green screen's done and he's edited them both, it's just a case of publishing them on Friday. But you see, he has sat me down and he has sort of tried to explain the concept of editing, but I'm not technically savvy, let's just say. I know what I'm doing, sort of like when it's live streaming and this, that, and other, and but he's the one that's got the know-how about editing and etc. So it's like I bake them,
I eat them,
they eat them, so it's like a win-win situation, because so he edits for me, you see. Nah, there is, I do my own thumbnails. I do the thumbnails. That's one thing I do. I do all, he just does the editing bit. Now, when it's like in the description and everything, I do all that bit. I do the thumbnails. He only does the editing bit. I do actually do the thumbnails.
Yeah, Jeanette does thumbnails. I'm starting to do my own thumbnails now.
So yeah. So I've got a really good it's what Beauty on a Budget Bella gave me, and it's called Canva. Now, I were a bit dubious about it to start with, and I just did your basic bog standard thumbnails. But as the more I got into it, the more creative I got, let's just say. So yeah, I do all my own thumbnails. And it's just, the more you do them, the more creative you tend to get. So I mean it's all right, it's you work with the tools that you've got. Some, as I say, because see, as well, the bit I don't understand as regards editing, Chris always puts music in for me as well, and that's the bit I don't understand. Yeah, I'll hold my hand up. He is good at editing, and he uses what is it? Film Nora, I think. Yeah. So that's the bit I don't understand. You see, I'd be having first bit on end, and yeah, but it's easier said than done. I don't even know how to pop it under video track.
Drag and drop.
So it looks professional. So as I say, I do the thumbnails. I do all the description and everything, the ingredients and whatnot, and he just does the editing for me. So, and then what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start sort of, because people have said, oh, it's all right showing like the end product, but a lot of times you don't show it being cut up. So I'm going to have to start having a picture took right at the end, so I can actually use that on my thumbnail, if you know what I mean. Power Director, that's what Bella uses, isn't it?
Yeah, Steve uses that. Supposed to be good, like.
It's what you used to, and I've said this all along. Chris has always used Film Nora. You went on to that Sony Vegas. You tried that, and he couldn't get on with it. What other one? That one that were complicated.
DaVinci Resolve.
DaVinci Resolve, and he couldn't. That was too complicated. He couldn't get on. Back in a bit, got to nip to the shop, ran out of milk. Oh, that's not good.
That's not good, mate. See you in a bit.
But I mean, as little as I do understand about editing, I do know that when you get used to something, it's like an old pair of slippers, isn't it? You get comfy, and you keep going back to them old pair of slippers. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, if you used to, because see, Bella bought a laptop, and she wanted a power director. She was saying to Chris, what do you use? And he says, I use Film Nora. And she says, can you put it on my PC for me and everything? But she actually got a free version of Power Director because she was that used to, because she went from an iPad to a laptop. And she says, I've always used Power Director on my iPad, so I'd like it on my laptop. So I know what I'm doing as regards when it comes to editing and everything. So it's basically what you're used to. It's all well and good, you're going on to something else, but then you've got to learn the ropes again, haven't you? Yeah, that's it. So as I say, Chris has always used this Film Nora, whatever you call it. So he's comfortable using that. He knows what he's doing, and it's same with everybody else. People get used to one thing for editing, and it's hard to go on to something else when you've been that used to using something, and ins and outs, and what you're doing, blah blah blah. Hi Richard, how are you? Yeah. So we're just talking editing. I'm just saying, Richard, I've got 2 collabs this week, and they're both being published on Friday. So I haven't even baked anything yet. So we're gonna yeah, right. I'm doing both tomorrow, both the baking for both collabs tomorrow, and then I can do the thumbnails, and I can do the Chris can do the editing, and they're both being published on Friday. Oh, it says it's Scott, by the way.
Oh, hello, Scott.
So yeah, so it's it's what you're used to, and same as I said to Chris, now we keep saying, well, you're gonna have to sit down, and I'm gonna have to learn you to to do your own editing, and the amount of times I've sat down with him, and even though I ask questions, I get up next day and I forgot what he told me. You know what I mean? I've got a memory like a sieve. It's like the very first time I ever went live. Chris has set it all up for me. You do this and you do that and blah blah blah. It just sort of completely left me, and it took me 2 hours to actually manage to go live the very first time I ever went live.
Time at football. How'd you go live?
Chris were actually at football,
and
I rang him and I says, I forgot what you told me, and I know you set it up for me, but I still can't fathom how to go live. Get Pix to buy you a Mac, and I don't mean a raincoat. So then another friend of ours, she taught me through it, and eventually, after 2 hours of trying, I eventually got to go live. So, but it's like That was when it were like Google Hangouts and whatever. And obviously they've done away with that now. So it were like, I got used to the Google Hangouts, and it were second nature, boom, 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 and there you go, I were live, you know what I mean? But then I were having kittens because they were doing away with the Google Hangouts. And I kept saying, what am I going to do now? It means I've got to learn something else. But as look at it, this StreamYard is quite simple to use, you know what I mean? So anything that's over complicated, and I'm lost. Magazine. Jokes don't get any better.
They used to be £1, but they've gone up since we've left Europe.
So yeah. So the only downside of this StreamYards is the free version only enables you to live stream 20 hours, and then you have to either upgrade or you have to wait till it renews itself. So I mean, a lot of people like use OBS. I mean, that is, no way, Jose. You know what I mean? And then another one that some people use is that Zoom. But same as I said, this will do me fine. I know what I'm doing. I've got StreamYards in one box. I've got the YouTube chat on in another, so I can actually see the the comments and whatever. So it does me fine. So I'll stick with this. But so yeah, so I'm sort of happy at the moment, going live 3 times a week and using StreamYards. Majority of the people are using StreamYards. There is a few that use the Zoom, and a few use OBS. You know what I mean? It's a case of there again, what you used to. But once some as I say, once they did away with Google Hangouts, I'm having kittens, and I kept saying, I'm not going to be able to go live. It means I've got to find something else to, but I needn't to worry because it's been all right. So
can't be added. I suppose they can't be arsed. Bloody phone.
Oh dear, is it what's it?
Autocorrect.
Autocorrect, that's it. But yeah, I mean, Chris does know how to work the OBS, but same as he says, it's a lot of faffing about. You know what I mean? It is a lot of faffing about. And then if you use it green screen as well, you know what I mean? Oh, that were a thing. You can use green screen on this as well, this StreamYard.
Yeah, sat in front of green screen to do it.
Eh?
They'll be sat in front of green screen. Oh, yeah, in front of
yeah.
green screen to use it.
So that's sort of another thing that they've bought in. And with this StreamYard, I could, if I wanted to, pardon me. If I wanted to, I could, as well as streaming on YouTube, I could also stream on Facebook as well at the same time. So, there's, a lot of new things that I mean, we have got the green screen. So, I mean, if I wanted to, I could, I could live stream, with a green screen as well. But I'm happy sort of doing what I'm doing now. Hey?
Like your videos in background.
So, it's a case of, yeah, but it's a lot of faffing about, putting green screen up and and I'm happy enough just sitting here talking, you know what I mean. Nothing to. It's like when I found out, because I'd been watching some YouTube like tutorials, and it says, you can stream like Facebook and or any other like live streaming things. You just press plus on thing and you can stream to several locations. Yeah, but I mean, it means you've got to keep your eye on chat on YouTube. You've got to keep your eye on chatting in Facebook. But like on this tutorial, it told you, like on that long box where it says where you want to stream to. You just press the plus sign, and like, let's say you can like go live on Instagram, or you can go live on Twitter, all simultaneously. You just have to keep adding destinations. Man, just suppose there's like a limit on how many destinations you can live stream to, but it did say, you just press this plus button and add the destination where you want to live stream to. So yeah, it's sort of, I think it's what it is the just trying to compete with all the other, all the other forums, you know what I mean? Or outdo other forums, as regards live streaming and you know what I mean? It's sounds like restream. We see same as I say. I don't really know, but I did watch some like tutorials on it, and you can, like I'm doing now, as well as streaming it to YouTube, you can do it to Facebook and let's say Twitter or Instagram, or you know what I mean. You can stream to several different destinations. So, but same as I said to Chris, it means you've got to keep up with all, because obviously you're going to get people in the chat on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It means
all integrate the chat into one.
You've got to keep your eye on everybody that's coming in and saying hello and all this, that, and other. So it's it to me it's a lot of faffing again. I'm quite happy just to stream to YouTube. I'm not all that fussed as streaming it anywhere else. Like before I went live, I shared it out on certain groups that I'm in on Facebook. It's a case of, well, if they want to come in and chat with you, they're going to come in and chat with you, aren't they? Yeah. So it's like, but it means you've got to keep up with all chat on it. The more destinations you stream to, the more you've got to keep an eye on chat. So it's more than one destination or more than a couple destinations, and you're probably running around like a blue horse fly. You know what I mean? Trying to keep up with all chat messages and.
Right, just like that.
But I might try it one day. I mean, even if it's only like on YouTube and Facebook. You know what I mean? As a rule, I don't use Instagram much. I don't use Twitter very much. You know what I mean? The two main things that I use obviously is YouTube and Facebook. So I mean, it's exactly the same stream, but you've got to have somebody keeping an eye on chat. So some as I say, I've probably not gone a lot ever such a long time tonight. You know, first hunting stuff and WrestleMania.
Oh no, we all
Same as I was just saying, I'm not 100%, but I'm a lot better than I were last week. As it says in the description, I was really ill last week with shingles, so I won't wish it on anybody's shingles. It's not a very nice thing to have. So yeah, I'm not, same as I say, I'm not 100%, but I'm a lot better than I were last week. I were really ill with it last week. So, but same as I said, you know, unless you've had shingles, you know, I couldn't possibly describe to anybody how well I were, you know. Hey, we've got George in as well.
Oh no, George, lad.
So yeah, you know, I hope you've had chicken pox, George, because I'm still contagious. Oh dear. Some say I have never truly been 100%. Well, you know, if we're sort of being brutally honest, I don't think I have either. But last week I felt like a zombie. Oh, that's all right then. You're safe, George. Oh dear. Because shingles is actually the chicken pox virus, and once you, I mean, because I had chicken pox as a kid, but it's like when your immune system gets very low and the virus stays in your body, or the correct word was the chickenpox virus stays dormant in your body, and basically when your immune system's compromised or you've been ill, which I have been for the last, you know, 3 or 4 weeks, it rears its ugly head. So same as I mean, I were only saying to Chris the other day, I says, well, in 2019, I says, I hope 2020 is going to be better. I didn't have a very good start to January, did I? I've been ill most of January. So it went 1st of February on Saturday, and I says, I hope I have a better February. Touching wood, fingers crossed. You name it. You know, I was saying, thank God January's done. I can leave everything at door now. And then Callum's been ill all weekend with a cold, and I went, oh God, you know what's going to happen next, don't you? I says, we're going to have to get some of them masks, what they're wearing in China. I says, I don't want to get a cold on top of everything, you know, that I've had in past few weeks. I says, I don't want cold on top of everything else. But yeah, and then we old fuddy duddies get all the fun aches and pains and interesting illnesses. Oh, we're going to say you got spot on with that one, Scott. But yeah, and then some, as I say, Callum's been ill all weekend, sneezing, coughing, spluttering. I went, oh God, it says, it's your fault. It says, you've given me this cold. And I went, how do you work that one out? You know, I says, I've had other things going on. I says, you know, we are sort of passing a cold on to you. I says, if anything, I says, you're going to pass it on to me. So, you know, bearing in mind, he's at college and there's how many thousand people in college, you know what I mean? And I get blamed for giving him a cold. So we had a right laugh over that. And I went, how do you work that one out? So can't see you. I got a man trying to sell me a smoke alarm.
Yeah, but hands.
Oh. Oh, I wondered what you're on about then. But yeah. Hiya, Bella. How you feeling?
Here she is, Sleeping Beauty.
That's not funny. Just don't walk past the Chinese whilst they're sneezing. It's not very. Yeah, that were a bit below the belt.
Yes. Oh, bless you.
Oh dear. I've just been telling everybody, Bella, Callum's up to neck in a cold, and then he had the cheek to say to me, I don't know, yesterday or day before, it's your fault I've got a cold. I'm like, how do you wear that one out? I says, don't you think I was ill enough last week without you blaming me for giving you a cold? So yeah, I says, you know, I says, you can blame me for a lot of things, Callum. I says, but it's not my fault this time. I says, I've had enough on. I says, we're having shingles. I says, we aren't sort of you blaming me for giving you a cold. So, yeah, you know, I says, I think you could chalk that one up. I says, I think you caught that one at college. So, you know, I says, and that's last thing I need. I says, is getting a cold now. I says, I'm just about feeling better now, you know, not 100% like, but I says, I'm just sort of feeling more human. And he's come down with a cold. So, you know, last thing I need now, I says, is a cold on top of everything else. So, you know, and obviously with, you know, these shingles being in my back, I didn't know whether I were coming or going when I went to bed at night because I couldn't get comfortable. And you've got Chris sighing because his arm's hurting him and he couldn't get comfortable. How long were we? About 3:30 Friday evening. We were down here till 3:30. Chris went to bed. And about 4:15, I got up again and come down here. Chris thought that was funny, Scott. Hey, well, I'll tell you something, Scott. The best one I've seen is an ad when I've been, you know, like how your ad comes on before you start streaming, prepaid funeral plan. And I'm starting at screen. I'm not going anywhere just yet. I might have been ill, but I'm not quite, you know, in that box yet. So yeah, prepaid funeral plan. That beats, you know, your ad and your ad as well. You know, they tried to sell me a prepaid funeral plan. I says, I know I've been ill. I says, but I'm not knocking at death's door yet. Hey, we've got Dennis in.
Where you been? I said 9 o'clock, not 10 o'clock.
But yeah, you know, that beats both of yours. You know, prepaid funeral plan. I says, I know I felt horrendous last week, but you know, I'm not quite there yet. I says to Chris, I says, it doesn't half boost your confidence. I says, you've been ill as a dog last week. I says, and then first thing you see, I says, is an advert for a prepaid funeral. They thought they may have an easy sell. Yeah, if it had been last week, Scott, it might have been. But not when you sort of started to feel better. You know, take a prepaid funeral plan just in case. You know what I mean? Oh dear me. But yeah, I mean, so where did they get these ads from? You know, and we can all guess what Scott's been doing in his search bar if he's getting an ad for you know, erection things. Oh dear, what were your ad? Oh,
it's going to be a smoke alarm.
Oh yeah, yours is not so bad. So, but yeah, you know, where did they come up with these ads? You know, but we've had his little laugh now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh. But yes, I saw Dennis's thing.
What's the shame his grotty beardly looks like D'Artagnan.
Can you hear him, Dennis? I thought it were quite nice, actually.
If you're going to do it, at least dye it black and not grey.
Well,
I know he's getting on a bit, but come on, you can do better.
You did tell him then. He says, "Have you glued the?"
I said to him this morning when I was talking to him, I said, I'm going for a coffee. He says, "Hang on, you can't get smashed it."
Yes, and it can't blame me for it this time, Dennis.
No, it weren't my
It
fault.
was all his own doing. It was his doing, so he can't blame me. Last time when it was Sheffield United mug, I just opened the cupboard and it fell out. I didn't touch it whatsoever. Scott says I was searching how to get rid of a stiff neck. How that correlates to the other stuff things, I have no clue. So, but yes. So I says to Chris, I says, well, you'll have to mention it to Dennis. I says, and say, can he have another one, but he'll pay for it.
I didn't say that bit. I was hoping I would get it for free.
Well, it's only fair. You broke it, so you pay for it.
It's your turn once to send me one. All right, then I'll send you a Sheffield item book. It's got a chip in it.
I tell you what, Dennis, I'll do it. I'll do a deal with you. I'll look on Vistaprint. And I'll send you a mug with my beautiful face on it. How's that for a deal? So, you know, there you go. Is that a good deal or is that not a good deal? I'll have some printed with my beautiful face on it.
You won't be able to drink out of it.
Thank you, dear. I love you too.
Well, I said that because you're there and I'll be
Yeah. You'll not be saying that tonight when we go to bed. No, we don't want a football one.
No, that's Ladyboy's game. I don't mind put Ladyboys because it's not about what cameras we've got. It says he's got a nick on. It says that's the Ladyboy's camera.
See, it's put that's the deal. So I'll have to look into it, Dennis, and I'll.
Yeah, well then, Dennis, you've got to send me one of them. Yeah.
So yeah, so if I go on Vistaprint, and I'll try and get it sorted out, and I'll get you one with my face on it, should I? So every morning when you're having your coffee, I cheer you up. How's that? Pardon me. And if you can hear crunching, it's Callum eating an apple.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, is a noisy eater.
Not kidding.
No.
Buy him a certificate to a prepaid burial. Call it even. Here from YouTube, you can get a good deal somewhere.
Just gotta look for it.
Yeah. I've got Jeremy Shortface, Scott. I'm going to say it's no good having a funeral or a burial, but I've got to insure him first. I suppose I can get a good deal on that as well.
I'm glad I'm not working, because when I was working, I was 14 grand insured, and I had to look behind my shoulder for 4 years.
Oh dear. So yeah, but are you feeling a bit better now?
A bit.
A bit.
Not as much though.
Well, you're going to
Not
college
enough to
tomorrow.
go to college.
Yeah, we were saying you. I think you're a bit better. If I send you a cup of Emma, you will drop it, Chris. You will have baby oil on your hands. Oh dear.
Hey, just as long as I'm rubbing Emma down, I don't mind.
Wakey's back. It's all right, Wakey. We've just been having a laugh.
Hey, man.
Chris had a advert for smoke alarms, and WrestleMania had a pop-up ad about erection problems. I says, well, you can't beat the one that I had. I says, it were a prepaid funeral plan. I says, yeah, I felt like it last week. I says, but I'm not quite in box yet. So I think my ad beats theirs hands down, you know. Prepaid funeral.
Is Google trying to tell us something?
YouTube.
Or YouTube?
It's same as we says, we can't understand where they get these conceptions of these ads from.
Don't get ads.
I
Well, you must
think.
have done it because your ads, unless you got premium.
I know this is like a, what's the word? A myth or theory or whatever.
It's what you searched in your Google.
No, it's
Oh.
like, I don't know if they can hear you or something, or whatever you.
They're spying on you.
Yeah, I think they're spying on us.
Big brother's watching.
Yeah. Google and YouTube are crap. Am I going to get banned now?
But yeah,
I'll get an email this morning saying
I think-
your YouTube channel has been deleted.
I think my ad beats everybody's. You know, prepaid funeral.
Well, it's got blockers in place.
Oh, that's why I don't get no ads.
That's not good.
That means you're not earning me any money then, Wakey. Everybody's got to watch me ads. Otherwise, I don't get no money. Oh, see you later, Scott. Sorry.
Yes, Scott.
Thank you for popping in. Appreciate it.
Don't forget to take your erection pill.
Oh dear. And stop watching them naughty websites. Otherwise, you know, God knows what your next ad will be. Will it be for them little blue pills? Sorry, but I just can't do with the ads.
No, you'll get them instead.
But the thing is, when last time we went to Bella's, we were explaining to her, and she says, because the Google AdSense is where I get paid from. So she says, well, what's this Google AdSense? I says, well, it's like basically when my live stream starts, I says, and it says you can skip the ad in so many seconds. I says, if you watch all the ad, I get a percentage. So she says, oh, I never knew that. So she says, like, right, from now on, she says, when I come into your live stream, she says, I'll watch the ads in full. So,
20-minute ad, then, won't you?
see you morning, mate.
Morning.
You still need kissing me. That last thing I need's a cold.
Good night, everybody.
It says currently blocking 23 ads. So yeah. So, you know, we had to explain to Bella where the Google AdSense come in. I mean, that ain't where all your revenue comes from, but it makes up the revenue, if you know what I mean. It's like the super chats and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But the more of the ad that a person watches, the more you get paid. So, you know, it's a case of, you know, if a person watches them ads in full, then I get paid more. But I do know a lot of people that, you know, once it says you can skip ad, they skip ad. So, you mean to tell me you don't watch my ads?
No, I don't. I rarely watch your videos anyway. Because they don't appear in my subscription box most of the time.
How can he admit to not watching my vlogs?
Yeah, when you know your mum's done a live stream or she's put a video up, you got to go to your notifications and want it.
He says, I can't get paid yet. YouTube keep
Well,
nicking me subs. Well, you see, I were only talking to Emma this morning about it. And I says, a couple of weeks ago, I was on 1,530 and I went right down to 1,512. So it was actually, I lost quite a substantial amount. But it's slowly going back up again. Why? I don't know. I think it's, yeah, right. I just want to, does anybody know the reason behind this, right? The last live stream I did was a week ago, was Friday, right? And it comes up as not suitable for ads, blah, blah, blah. So you have to put a manual request in for them to look at it manually to see whether it's suitable for advertisements. Now, on that one, and two of my previous live streams and the last Blaking vlog I did, a thumbs down appeared on every single one. So that were like 4 in a row. I had a thumbs down. But the minute it came back and it says your video is suitable for ads and went back into the green, meaning I got monetized for it, all them thumbs down disappeared. Says it weren't me. And another thing as well, Chris went on to his the other day, and what was previously thumbs up versus thumbs down, they'd roll reversed, so he'd like got 23 thumbs down and let's say 1 or 2 thumbs up. And that was on about 4 or 5 of his latest video was. But then all of a sudden, they've gone back to normal again. So, you know, this is what we're saying. There's something wrong somewhere, because on about 4 videos of mine, I'd got the 1 thumbs down when it says it wasn't suitable for advertisement or advertisers. But the minute it went back to green and it was suitable for advertisements, them thumbs down disappeared. So work that one out if you can. And it's like Chris says, it gets more confusing. You know what I mean? Yeah, same as we've said, it's got to be YouTube, because I've had that on mine. He's had it where they'd switch the thumbs up and thumbs down, so we were getting majority thumbs down and only a few thumbs up. And then a few days later, everything had gone back to normal. So, you know, it's got to be something with YouTube. You know what I mean? It's got to be something to do with YouTube. Because, you know, the person that's, let's say, supposedly gave me the thumbs down, and I says, oh, well, person's gone back on my last 4 videos, 3 of me live streams and one of my baking vlogs and gave me the thumbs down. Hi, Steve, how are you? I says, and then, like, as soon as they deem it suitable for ads, them thumbs down went. And Chris says, well, I'm sure it's YouTube. Once they think that your video or your live stream's not suitable for ads, they give you a thumbs down. So, and as soon as it were suitable for ads, it went back to normal and them thumbs down had gone. So it's oh, I hope are you feeling better, Steve? I did tune, same as I say, I did tune in other night. I couldn't stop long because I'm a lot better than what I were. I weren't very well at all last week, Steve. I did tune into your sort of short live on Wednesday evening, you know, when you got a sore throat and everything. But it was like everything else. I couldn't stop long. I you know, I were really ill last week with shingles. Oh, that's good. So yeah, same as I was saying, Steve, earlier on, I'm not 100%. I've still got quite a bit of pain in my back, which were where the shingles were, but I'm a lot better than in myself than I were. I were really ill with it last week. So I just felt run down, washed out, ill. You know what I mean? But I'm a lot better now. So yeah, I've still got like the shingles in my back, but they're not as bad as what they were. I think sort of I'm getting there. See what Dennis has put? I've downed a bottle of wine, lol. I feel a bit weird.
I'm not saying nothing.
It's called being pissed, Dennis. He says, ha ha, lol, I thought you had downloaded a bottle of wine. It's no good downloading it, is it? You want to drink it. So, but you see, the thing is, but you still have the pain in the neck. Oh dear. But yeah, as I was saying, I've got 2 collaborations this week, and I'm glad, you know, I'm glad that they weren't last week, because otherwise the director pulled out. But I've still haven't filmed them, so I've got 2 vlogs, baking vlogs, to film tomorrow. Chris has got to edit them. Hey, I've just had an idea. Dennis, could you send one to Dennis and him edit one for me?
I want to do it right.
Oh, can you hear him, Dennis? Yeah, but the thing is, it'd be funny. Well, not funny, ha ha, but it'd be nice to see him editing a video and you editing a video. Mine will be better.
I bet it's not.
Chris has gone to what?
What?
Idiom. Where's that? What?
Idiom?
I have no idea.
What the hell?
It's talking in riddles again.
Oh, I'm gonna have to Google idiom. What's idiom?
Editum.
Oh, editum.
And I think I says Chris has got
edit them,
edit them. You mean to tell me you can't understand what I'm saying? Edit them. That's it. See?
Edit them. We spoke bloody English.
You mean to tell me you're Yorkshire Wakey and you still can't understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But you see, this is the thing, Paul. Same as I say, I popped into Odd live stream last week, but I was that ill, you know, and I just couldn't have live streamed if you know, if I wanted to. I was that ill with it. And it's nice to be back and, you know, connecting with people again. Do you know what I mean? You know.
Instead of shouting at me.
Yeah, I were in bed most of the time, so I couldn't be shouting at you all the time.
Can you get me a cuppa?
Speak speaky proper English like what we do. But, you know, that's why I put the title "I'm Back, Did You Miss Me?" Because, you know, I missed that connection with everybody. Yeah, I popped into occasional live stream here and there, you know what I mean? But it's not same as sort of doing your own live stream and connecting with people. But, you know, I weren't stopping long. I mean, like Steve can tell you, I popped into his the other night. I said hello. Yeah, they weren't going on for very long because Steve weren't very well. But I popped in, said hello.
Gone.
You know, but that were about all as I could muster at the time. You know what I mean? So, but you know, it were a case I couldn't sit here and live stream because I were in that much pain, and with the shingles being in my back, out, you know, it were a case of I couldn't get comfortable sitting here. I couldn't get comfortable in bed. You know what I mean? And it's exactly it was because they're in my back. You know what I mean? So, you know, I mean, that's the worst place you can get them. You know, really, because obviously, you know, you lie down when you're in bed, don't you? So it were, and as I was saying earlier on, like Friday evening, we went to bed. Me and Chris were down here till 3:30 because his arm were hurting him, my back were hurting me. We went back to bed about 3:30, and I still couldn't get back to sleep. So at 4:15, I came back down here again till about 6 o'clock, weren't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I eventually got to sleep after that. But what time did I get up Saturday morning? About 10:30. So I'd only had 4 hours sleep all night, on and off. So, yeah, it's not a very nice thing to have. And same as I was saying earlier, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, let alone any of my friends. It's terrible thing to have. And it were a case of I weren't around very much anyway last week because I'd get up, I'd have a couple of hours down here, and then I'd be that tired and washed out, I'm having to go back to bed. So I was sort of like that, you know, all day, every day last week. Hiya, Brenda, how are you? I'm feeling a lot better, thank you. So yeah, I'm on the ball now. Just been telling everybody about the collaboration. So I'm actually doing a collaboration with somebody else as well, and they're both being published on Friday. So yeah. So I've been a busy bee. I've got two vlogs to upload on Friday because they're both being published Friday. So I'd like to see those. Oh, Wakey says he's lucky if he gets 3 hours sleep each day. Well, same as I say.
Not much.
What happened to the Monday Mayhem title? Well, I thought, well, I'll shelve that because I'm, I haven't been live for the last one I did was Friday, a week Friday, and I thought, I'll announce I'm back. I just thought this it's just a one-off, just to announce that I'm back, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so I've got 2 baking vlogs being published on Friday, both a part of a collaboration. Oh dear. Well, I'll not tell you, and then you'll have to watch it. So, they're both for Valentine's, both different recipes, but I'm not going to tell you what I'm making. In order to find out what they are, you're going to have to watch it. So there you go. And they're both going to be published on Friday. So you've only got to wait till Friday to find out. NSS, lol. What?
He's talking riddles again. I don't know.
Jeanette, good answer. Well, you see, you've got to use this, haven't you, Brenda? In order to find out, they're going to have to watch. So, you have to use your noggin. To find out what I'm baking, you're going to have to watch. Oh shit, Sherlock. Oh dear. But I don't you'd be watching anyway. So that's what I said on my video. Well, you know what they say, Brenda, birds of a feather flock together. So Brenda knows what I'm making.
I know what you're baking.
And Chris knows what I'm baking.
Lemon drizzle twice.
No. Well, you'd easily accept lemon drizzle for Valentine's, wouldn't you? But it's a special Valentine's themed thing, so you'll have to watch and find out. So yeah, I've got a few added bonuses. You know the picture I sent you, Brenda. I've got a few added bonuses, if you know what I mean. E.g., as regards decoration. Chris, did you help? No, he filmed, and he's going to be doing the editing.
I'll press record and stop record.
I have to make do with my angel Kate. But thing is, like yesterday, you see, I always make his own dessert after Sunday lunch. So I said to Chris on Saturday, I said, well, what do you fancy? So I will flicking through, and I went, oh, how about an apple crumble? But it were like not your normal. Well, it were like your normal crumble, but you sprinkle oats on top and you sprinkle demerara sugar. And Chris sat there eating it yesterday, and he says, why buy shop bought stuff? He says, when you can have homemade. You know, and I says, well, basically you've hit nail on head, you know. Why? Because shop bought stuff don't taste half as good as homemade. So you know, and as regards him helping Brenda, he films and he eats. If you get what I'm saying.
Films,
He does.
eats,
He does the taste testing.
and
So
editing.
yeah, and the editing. And Brenda didn't know what a green screen was.
It's a screen and it's green.
Oh, Gordon Bennett, that's. Well, you see, what I do, Brenda, is I sit in front of the green screen and I say, "Hi guys, today I'm going to be making," and the thumbnail that I've created for the baking vlog is on the green screen behind me. So they eat it all, yeah. So yeah, so when you watch my baking vlogs and I'm sitting there saying, "Today I'm going to be making," and there's a thumbnail behind me, that is the green screen. So Pixie is your taste tester. Yeah, and Callum. I've got 2 official taste testers.
Yeah.
It's a very sought after job, I'll have you know, Wakey. You know, I've got people queuing up at door to toothpaste and chapstick curry. I only do baking. So yeah, so I hope that goes some way as explaining what the green screen is, Brenda. It is exactly what Chris says, a green screen. But I sit in front of the green screen, and when I'm introducing my vlog, what it is it's like got like a goalpost, and you put the green screen over the top of it, and I sit in front of the green screen, but you've got to make sure you're not wearing anything green. Otherwise it'll look, all you'd be able to see would be my head. But it enables Chris to superimpose the thumbnail of what I've made or what I'm making onto this green screen, if you know what I mean. It just gives it that bit of added, like a personal touch, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah, it is. It's basically just a green bit of cloth with my thumbnail superimposed. You can use it for all sorts of things. Like tonight with this StreamYard, you can use the green screen on the StreamYards, and I could be sitting here with the green screen behind me and it playing all my baking blogs behind me. So you'd be watching me as well as watching my baking vlogs. Oh, so yeah, so basically it's an editing thing. I mean, Dennis knows what a green screen is, and
Dennis, Granddad's good at green screen.
Yeah, Dennis is very good at doing green screen, and it's like basically another string to your bow. Pardon me. Instead of me just sitting there and saying, "Well, today I'm going to be making this," with a green screen of me behind you. Dennis is put with a green screen of me behind you.
No, we want views on the video, not subs disappearing.
Yeah, we you see, Chris at one point was into OBS a lot, and he used the green screen. I mean, don't get me wrong, with this green screen, there's a white sheet, a black sheet, a green one. What other colour were they?
Blue.
Oh yeah, blue, green, black, and white. You know, it's you can use any of the screens basically. So yeah, I mean, you can get them easily enough off Amazon, but it's, you see, Chris does my editing for me, and you know, Jeanette would get 1 million views.
You get a channel deleted.
So yeah, so yeah, it's sort of, You see, before I'd be sitting there and my vlogs would be about 10, 12 minutes long. And we said we've got to, we sort of wanted to come up with a solution so people would stay watching, if you know what I mean. Well, with the way I do it now, I introduce it at the very beginning. And I just tell people what I'm going to be making. And then I say, I'll put all the ingredients and any, you know, links in the description. But then you don't actually see me. Yeah, you see me hands and whatever. Because same as I said, at the time, I don't want the emphasis to be so much on myself. I want it to be on the recipe that I'm making, not myself. So that's why, you know, line your tins and add sugar and add blah blah. You know what I mean? And it's cut the vlogs down to probably 2 or 3 minutes, which same as we've said, it will, if it's only 2 or 3 minutes, people will watch it all the way through. So but you know, they're pretty cheap off for Amazon. You know, I mean, it all depends sort of what you want it for. But if you did want sort of any help with it, either GJM Films or Chris will talk you through it. But it's just another, because we see we'd already got the green screen. You know what I mean? It's let's say, for instance, when you do your vlogs or you sat the shout outs or anything, you sat at the table, you could have that green screen behind you, and you know, you'd be saying what you were doing, blah blah blah, but you could also have something on in the background.
The channel's name you found.
I treat a green screen soft and gentle. Chris treats a green screen with bang it up and bang it in. Let's get it done. But yeah, it's just another what I call another string to your bow. It's quite a few people use the green screen, Brenda. It just makes it, I mean, and I'm sure Dennis will agree with me, it makes it look more professional, if you know what I mean. It does, you know, it does make it look more professional. Yeah. Oh dear. But yeah,
don't get Dennis a bottle of wine, he gets a bit naughty.
But yeah, it I mean like Dennis is known for his filmmaking, and that plays into a lot of Dennis's films, the green screen. You know, it's got several different uses, but same as I say, I just wanted it to be something different. I didn't want the emphasis. I didn't want the emphasis to be so much on me, but what the recipe I were making, you know. Has Chris seen any of my videos? I would like him to pick it apart and tell me what I'm doing wrong. But the thing is, Brenda, you're not doing anything wrong. I mean, like I weren't doing anything wrong. But you see, when I were doing my baking vlogs before, it was showing me. Whereas, you know, we sort of tried to revamp it and say, well, I don't want the emphasis so much on myself. I want it to be what it's about, which is baking, the ingredients and the end result. So that's why you only see me, you know, how can I put it? Which is what my baking is all about. I'm not so much about the emphasis being on me. I want the emphasis to be on what I'm making, and you know, we sort of sat down and had a talk about it, and I suggested the green screen. But you see, rather than me talking, Chris will put the cases in the tin. Short and sweet, but you get the idea, if you know what I mean. And we found that the baking vlogs are getting a lot more viewers, with them being like, on average, about 3 minutes long. The longer the vlogs go on, people after a while think, oh, I'm getting fed up with this, and turn it off. So same as we've said, the shorter, the better, and people are more, it'd be more, you know, think to watch the whole thing. If you understand that, Brenda, if you understand that, I wanted, you know, it to be about what I do, and that is baking. I had folks say, I want to see you eat the food, but I don't want to eat it. I want to show me using hands and mixing. Yeah, and Dennis has just said the shorter the better. And you see, that's all that they see of me, Brenda. Once I've introduced it, that's the only time you see me. I introduce what I'm making. I say, you know, I'll put the ingredients in the description. I also put a link to where they can find that recipe. So if they're unsure or can't follow the directions that I've done on my vlog, they can go to that recipe. And, you know, we've got it down to about 3 minutes.
Especially when you leave ingredients out, that helps.
So, you know, I'm like you, I didn't want the emphasis so much on myself. If I'm looking for a tutorial on something I want to know, I always go for the short. We see this is it. This is what we said as well, Dennis. We also said you're gaining your audience. You know, they're more likely to watch your video if it's only about 2 or 3 minutes long, rather than you sitting there waffling on about and this, that, and other for about 10 or 12 minutes. You know, they're more likely to watch it if it's only about 3 minutes. So you know, I mean, if you're considering buying a green screen, I mean, Chris will only be too, you know, happy to talk you through it, and you know. Yeah, and that's what we found. We found once we revamped it and just did the introduction, and then just saw me making, you know, and only thing you see of me is my hands. I've been getting a lot more viewers than I was previous. If you understand what I'm saying, the shorter it is, the more audience retention you get. Yeah, and Dennis is exactly the nail on the head. He don't want to watch a 15-minute video if he can watch the same thing that's only about 5 minutes long. And this is exactly what I'm trying to say, Dennis. You're more likely to get people watching it if it's only about 3 minutes long, rather than see me waffling on for about 10-15 minutes. So, you know, if you want any pointers or anything, you know, as regards using a green screen or whatever, I mean, Dennis DJM Films, or, you know, point in my direction. Chris will point in my direction. So, you know, some as I say, I've just decided because I weren't getting the viewers, I just did a total revamp, and I've had a lot of positive feedback saying it's a lot better how I do it now than how I were doing it before. So you know what I mean? And I've noticed people that have watched the shorter vlogs then go back and watch some of my other vlogs, if you understand what I'm saying. It's sort of getting them watching, and then they think, oh, you know, they'll look through my baking vlogs, oh, she made this or she made that. And, you know, I've found that a lot of my previous vlogs, they go and watch them as well. Yeah, there you go, baby. She says you could
do.
Yeah, and Dennis, there again, is hit the nail on the head. My videos are more professional now, and if they look more professional, they come back because they know I'm doing a professional job. And same as I say, and I keep saying, the emphasis isn't so much about me, it's about what I'm making. And it's teaching people how to make what I'm making. If you get what I'm saying, you know, it encourages people to think, oh well, I can do that, I can make that, you know. And that's all I want to do. I want to encourage people to say, well, oh well, that looks nice, I'll have a go at that. You see, and this is the reason as well, Brenda, like the collab that you've asked me to do, I've gone for, well, not a simple option, but something nice and simple. If you understand, the more complicated it gets, people think, oh no, I don't think I could do that. And that's why when I do my baking vlogs, yeah, you know, they're not, there is other baking channels out there, but they do all, as I call, fancy smancy stuff. You know what I mean? Oh, I better tell Dennis, hadn't I, what I've downloaded as well. I've downloaded a recipe for Malibu brownies. Yeah. And I have got some Malibu left over from Christmas. So I've got all the ingredients for that. So Malibu brownies.
That's if I don't attack the Malibu between now and then.
But you see, this is the thing, Brenda. I'm just a plain Jane. You know what I mean? I'm nothing fancy. I'm just your average Joe, let's just say. But my passion is baking, and I love what I do. I'm same as you. I love baking. I love what I do. And if I could pass that on to one person, what did I miss? Just been watching. That's it. Go on, bugger off and watch his video.
Oh, nice one, cheers, mate.
Talk to the hand because the face ain't listening.
Is it my good books now?
What's that? Malibu, it's Jamaican rum with coconut. And that, it just Google Malibu and you'll see. But I bought a bottle, but I didn't buy the proper Malibu. I bought Asda's or / Walmart's own mech, and it's called, what were it called? Summit Bay? Coconut Bay or something. Yeah. But it's like Asda's cheaper version of it. It's the same thing. It's rum and coconut. But, and this is the thing, you put 8 tablespoons of it in these brownies. Piss what? Well, I don't suppose you'd turn your nose up at it, Wakey, if I were to offer you some. So yeah, it's rum and coconut, and basically you add 8 tablespoons of it to this brownie mixture. So Chris is quite looking forward to that. Probably not. I never drank. Would I get drunk? I don't think you get drunk on 8 tablespoons, and probably everybody, you know, I'm anticipating the minute that they cool or come out of oven, Brenda, you know, they'll be like fries round the proverbial, you know. Yeah, I don't think I don't think it'll be overpowering. Let's just say that, Brenda. You've got to think of all the other ingredients that's added to it, and I don't think you get drunk on a piece of brownie. You know what I mean? 8 tablespoons is about 3 shots. But what I'm saying, Wakey, is
it'll evaporate when it goes into.
Yeah, you've got to imagine you're adding it to the brownie mix, plus you're baking it as well. So quite a lot of that will evaporate while it's baking. So no, I don't think you'd get drunk on it, Brenda. It just adds flavour to the brownie. So you know what I mean? It's like a rum. It's like rum and coconut. So you know, I mean, you've got to imagine the rum's already watered down with the coconut flavouring. Plus, then you're sort of adding it to a cake. So you've got all your like your dry ingredients, like you know everything else. You're baking off alcohol. But yeah, you add it to the brownie mix, and then when you think about it, you know, you're baking it in the oven, so it will sort of evaporate a bit of the alcohol. So it just be like a normal brownie, but with a little bit of a kick to it, if you know what I mean. So you know, I think it's just like for that bit of added flavour, if you know what I mean. Not a fan of alcohol in cooking. But there again, Wakey, what I'm saying is, if I turned up at your door and I said, yeah, do you want to try one of my Malibu brownies? You won't say no.
If it does, I'll have it.
Yeah, I'm not. We're only going to go for an hour, Brenda. But obviously we got talking about green screen and everything, and before you know it, I've been on 2 hours. So I'll not be on very much longer. I mean, it's 11 p.m. Almost here in the UK. So yeah, I mean, my intentions was, with it being first time back after being so ill last week, I'm only going to go for an hour. But then we got talking about green screen and you know everything else. You know our time gets away with you when you're having fun, so to speak.
Hey, is that it again?
So yeah, I'll just give it a minute or two, and then I'll you know, I'll get off and get to bed early. So okay then, Brenda, thank you very much for coming in, and I appreciate you asking me to do the collaboration with you. I have subbed to everybody on that list. There's a couple that sub me back, but you know what I mean.
See you, Brenda.
So thank you for asking me to do it, and I do appreciate you coming in and you know I do appreciate, and in any way, shape or form, if you know if you've got a question or you know you want to ask which green screen's best, or you know anything, just drop me a message. So we'll only be too happy to help. So you know, same as I say, that's what we do for each other. You know, any questions, you know. Well, you'd have to make sure that you ain't got to go out anywhere before you eat these brownies.
Yeah, but if we watch awake is and he don't want them brownies, I've got to eat them, haven't
She says, bye, pixies.
See ya.
So yeah, you know, it's that's it. Some as I say, anybody wants to know anything about baking or anything, you know, I'm back and didn't know you'd gone.
No, I've noticed, don't we?
So yeah. So what you've been doing then? Have you been uploading? I haven't got a clue, Richard. Your guess is as good as mine.
I have to ask him.
So yeah, you know, I mean, I'm not Keith's keeper, so you know, if you want to know where he's been, ask him. So yeah, Maniac Grammys is Brenda. You know, if you hear me talking about Brenda, that's one of the. I have no idea. Probably got banged up abroad. Oh dear. Tried smuggling some either into country or out of country. Oh dear.
Everyone's probably been, what's websites these?
I was going to say,
Pornhub,
even I don't know what websites you're talking about.
RedTube,
Oh.
Amster.com.
Oh dear. But oh, I'm absolutely cream crackered. I said I'm only going on for an hour, and here I am 2 hours later, and I'm still yakking away. I was going to ease myself in gently.
Yeah, boom, back in with it.
Yeah, but I mean, we got talking about green screen and editing and this, that, and other, and you know what I mean. Time soon gets away with you, doesn't it? When you, yeah, when you're talking about this and that. Okay then, right. Dennis is saying night ain't gone yet. But like prepaid funeral, not in my box yet. Right, I am going now. So I will see you again on Wednesday evening. Say hello to Emma for me, and you know, I hope she feels better soon. And thank you all for coming here tonight. And I hope at least some of you missed me. So I will see you all again on Wednesday night. Good night and God bless. Bye.
See you later.
I've got our turn.